what's gone is not in our control, or what's gonna come is not something we need to think about. We need to stay in the present and focus on the things that we can do. The controllables, we need to figure out what the controllables are and focus on them. The reason that why we want to win this test is because we understand as cricketers how difficult it is to come here and play. And as I said at the high tea yesterday, it's not only the team you're playing against, it's the whole nation, because they get behind the team so well. And when you walk into bat, you feel like there are 40,000 people who want your wicket, not just the 11 guys on the field. So we understand as cricketers how difficult it is. And purely just to take that challenge on, we want to win here. And it's got nothing to do with proving that we have done something which hasn't been done in the past. Every team that comes wants to win, obviously. So I'm sure that they would have had the same intention, but the motivation has never been to change history. It's only been to overcome the challenge that's in front of you. And as a sportsman and as a cricketer, you can ask anyone. That's the most important thing, and that's something you look forward to. Not necessarily proving something to someone or changing history. It's just crossing a hurdle and making yourself believe that you're good enough to be at this level and beat any team anywhere in the world, and that's the most important thing to us. The reason I said it has to be an obsession to be able to win away from home is because you cannot afford to be negative even a single minute, forget a single day on tour. You need to be that convinced about your ability firstly, and the fact that you can go out there and put in a match-winning performance, not just get a score to feel good about having scored runs away from home, but to make that contribution that significant that your team wins. And I think for that you need to be absolutely positive in your mind every single minute of the tour. That's why I said it's 80% mental and 20 technical. Even if you're going through a sort of a lean patch or something like that, you go into the nets and challenge yourself so that you can mentally get over that barrier, not necessarily feel good about the positions you're getting into. Because unless you're looking forward to the challenge in the middle, it's not going to happen. So every time we've played well, you can see as a group, you notice the body language of all the batsmen walking in, and you see the way they defend the ball or even leave the ball. There's intent, and that can only come when you're absolutely positive in your head and so sure of yourself that you can do what the team wants you to do. And it's an individual responsibility to get into that frame of mind, and that I think is expected of any cricketer playing at the international level. And the guys have understood it. In this series, we've stood up at the right times, and when everything comes together, you obviously feel good as a team. And I'm sure the whole group is looking forward to another challenge in this test to support our bowlers equally, because they've been just outstanding. I think every day can be a New Year's Eve if you want it to be. There are opportunities and there's something to look forward to every day. So I personally don't look at these things as something very special, and now you need to start working on something. If you want to do something special, every day is an opportunity. So look, it's for me, it's being able to contribute for the team, being able to stay at the top of my game physically and mentally, and just help the team in any way possible. And that's something that gives me a lot of satisfaction as a cricketer. And I'm not talking about myself as a captain, but just to be able to go out on the field and just be 110% every ball is something that gives me a lot of satisfaction at the end of the day. And I want to be able to continue that for as long as possible for the team. With me, it might be seen a lot more, but I can guarantee everyone is obsessed about winning in very difficult conditions. If you see, after the last wicket fell in the last game, everyone's emotions came out. Even the quietest. I saw Pujara in the replay after, and Jinx as well. I've never seen them so excited. So I think because we understand that as a team, when you push in one direction and things go well, you feel proud of the fact that you're able to counter so many things that are up against you. And it has to be an obsession. If it's an obsession, it won't stop at 1 or 2 games. If it's something that was a goal, then it stops at 1 or 2 games. But when you're obsessed about just playing good quality cricket and achieving excellence, then I don't think you, as a team, you want to stop at 2 games. You want to finish the series well and then get together and enjoy as a team afterwards. So I'm very sure, and I've seen in the change room, the guys are very optimistic and looking forward to this test as well. At this stage, I honestly feel like there's nothing to be said at all, because you sense energy in the change room and the guys just want to step out on the field. Even the last test match the last day when it was raining, I didn't see anyone sit down. Everyone was walking around, doing something or the other, just warming up, doing their stretches and stuff like that, just to be able to get on the field. And we want to get on the field, and we definitely don't want to feel comfortable sitting in the change room. We want to be out there doing what we know best, and understanding that we want to do it more than anything. And at this stage, honestly, there's nothing that needs to be said, because everyone's very, very focused. Well, I don't know, because it's only been 4 years. So if it happens, great, because I've come here the third time now on a test tour, and I understand how difficult it is to win here. Not necessarily your own performances, because at times you can put in a good performance in Australia, but to win as a team has been the biggest challenge for us. And the individual performances are honestly something that you don't even remember from the last tours, because winning is the most important thing at the end of the day. You might have your name up on the honors board, but if your team doesn't win, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, till now it would definitely be a big series win, not just for me but for the whole team, purely because of the fact that this is the place where we started our transition. To be honest, this particular venue is when MS gave up captaincy, and we had a totally young side starting at number 6 or 7 in the world. And we come back here as the number 1 test side in the world, and we want to be able to take that legacy forward, and as I said, just play the kind of cricket that we played in this series, which has been exciting for the people to watch, and for both teams competing in it as well, which is, I think, the most important thing. It's just solidified the belief that we have as a team much more. Not only me, I mean, the things that we've been talking about for a long time, for the past 12 months, I think wins like MCG and Adelaide only make you feel as a team that you're heading in the right direction. You will obviously make mistakes, and you will have things that you need to improve on or correct along the way, but you can't change your personality or your character as a team. And when that comes through, you understand that against all the odds, you stuck together as a side, and eventually you start getting your results, and you start believing in yourself. You see guys, growing in their confidence levels, and that's a beautiful sight to see, because I think these kind of victories evolve you as a cricketer and as a person as well. And that can only happen when you have total belief in what you want to do, rather than following someone else's opinions. So I think as a side, it gave us a lot of belief that yes, we were heading in the right direction always, and we were very close. We just had to understand our mistakes and correct them at the right times. Not that we were not willing to correct them, but the timing wasn't right. So yeah, I mean, it just gives us more confidence to keep doing these things more often and not stop there. Yeah, the physical part has definitely helped me massively in the last 3 years. I feel like I can switch formats very easily and be at the top of my energy levels or the intensity that's required to play international cricket, because I work really hard on my fitness. There are many factors involved, the diet patterns, the sleep patterns, and all these sort of things are very, very crucial. But apart from all that, I believe in backing my technical ability to score in all formats. I'm not someone who aims to be the biggest six hitter as such. I'm happy to knock the ball around in shorter formats and get runs. As long as the intent is there and you're working towards making your team win, you don't necessarily need to go out there and make people go, wow, what was that shot, So I'm not bothered by those things. The thing that drives me is just helping the team at any cost. And for that, I need to be at the top of my game in all formats, because I believe that I can make match-winning contributions for my team. And for that, I need to be absolutely sure of my patterns. And if you have a good technique, you can play any format. That's the bottom line. That's what I believe in.